Hello, everybody, and I am the best one here coming at you again with a new game review. It's a classic in the Tales of series called Tales of Vesperia. Originally released back in 2008, Vesperia has earned a place as a fan favorite among fans, especially the definitive edition that hit modern platforms. Let's dive in and see what makes the entry so special and why it still holds up today.
Reaching out for no man's land to take a breath and take a chance and walk 1,000 nights to change the world. Where to go, when to stop, who to trust, what to say. Found them all, just need someone to share. Snarling the dusk every day to carry on. Ain't so strong, I ain't so strong to go on. Living in the past is not the way to live. I wish you could hear me say that I miss you. Why were we there back to back? Why were we there face to face? I must be the light when you're in the dark. If you lose me somewhere and your tears are in the air, I will ring a bell until you feel me by your side. What has been in a mix too long? There's no peace when you're at war. There's no tales, you and I, light and dark, ups and downs. What is there in the middle? What's there to divide us? If you hurt, cry and say, can't you see you're my alcohol? Why were we there back to back? Why were we there face to face? I must be the light when you're in the dark. If I lose you somewhere and I'm still hanging in there, I will ring a bell until you feel me by your side.
We have to give credit where credit is due. In Tales of games, the opening in any Tales of game, it perfectly encapsulates the game itself, and it's incredibly beautiful and always, almost always, all inspiring. In Tales of Vesperia, you step into the shoes of Yuri Lowell, a former Imperial Knight turned vigilante that seeks to he seeks to bring justice to a corrupt system in place. Unlike the typical righteous protagonist, Yuri is more of an anti-hero with a complex morality that sets him apart from the usual tale leads. The game's narrative explores themes of justice, rebellion, and the gray areas between right and wrong, given the story in more mature tone than some other entries in the series, which is awesome because I'm so happy that the definitive edition was released on like the more modern consoles, because having the ability now to play and to have access to other characters that we never had access to before is honestly amazing. There was specifically one character, Patty, that we did not have access to in the standard edition when it was released in the US before the definitive edition. But then once the definitive edition came out, we got to have Patty in our party, which was wonderful. Now let's talk about combat. Unlike other Tales of games, Vesperia uses a linear motion battle system, which combines real-time action with the ability to pause and issue commands, which sets Vesperia apart in its fluid combat and the introduction of fatal strikes, special finishing moves that add an extra layer of strategy to battles. Whether you're chaining together arts or unleashing devastating attacks, the combat is fast, responsive, and incredibly fun. So, if we were to go here and go to Tactics, we can actually change what we end up telling people to do, which is quite fun, honestly. Like, you don't really have like much of this, and there's always information that you can glean from enemies in combat as well. Each character in your party brings something different to the table. From the sword swinging Yuri to the magic wielding Estelle, there's a variety of there's a nice variety in how you can approach combat. You can also switch between characters mid-combat, keeping things dynamic and allowing you to adapt to different situations. The party AI is generally competent, but you will still want to eventually tweak it and make it more toned to your type of playstyle. One of Vesperia's strongest points, though, is character development. Yuri's journey from the disillusioned knight to the rogue vigilante is compelling, and the supporting cast, like the noble knight Flynn and the mysterious mage Rita, all have their own arcs and add depth to the story. The dialogue is sharp and witty, with plenty of heartwarming and humorous moments sprinkled throughout, like any other Tales games. But let's cut to the criticism. As great as Vesperia is, it is not without flaws. The pacing can feel slow at times, and especially in the early hours, some of the dungeons can be a bit repetitive, and certain plot points feel underdeveloped compared to others. Also, while the Definitive Edition adds brand new content, new extra characters, storylines, it honestly doesn't feel as polished as the main game completely. Final thoughts. Tales of Vesperia remains a beloved entry in the series for a good reason. Its combination of engaging combat, complex characters, as well as crafted story makes it a must-play for RPG fans. If you haven't given it a shot yet, especially with the Definitive Edition available, now it's the perfect time to jump in. Thanks again for another review. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more gaming content, and as well, let me know your thoughts on Tales of Vesperia in your comments below. Until next time, keep playing and may your fatal strikes always land. I'll see you next time.